Okay, here we are.
Hello.
Let me invite you.
Forgot that you only come up to my, like, thigh.
Just barely above your knee, really.
Just barely.
Almost an Azalea? Okay. Yeah, Azalea, I think, got a new computer.
Ooh. Thought I saw you mention that. I'll wave to everyone.
It points northwest. Oh, I guess that's northwest.
Whoa, it tells you the direction?
While we're booting, or while Azalea's loading in, let me see. I was thinking about rereading the monuments that we found.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
One, two, three, four. So we got 5 monuments. I'm gonna read 4 of them now because they go in order. The 5th one actually comes later chronologically, but excuse me. Okay. The South Gustaberg Monument says, I've been a sailor for over 40 years, yet I cannot grasp the concept of the world as a whole. Then again, those who live in cities know even less than I. They are content knowing only of the things around them. I cannot blame them for choosing to live this way, as curiosity is, more often than not, a dangerous trait. But I have sworn to use the rest of my life, a life I once thought I lost when I was shipwrecked, to indulge this insatiable curiosity of mine and to uncover the truth of Vana'diel. I've decided to leave my first message here on this hill, overlooking my homeland of Bastok. It is the first record of a journey that I hope will benefit all the peoples of Vana'diel. Gwynedd Ironheart, 748 Crystal Era. So that was the one on the cliff side of Gustaberg, like overlooking the ocean. Let me invite Azalea. Okay. The next one was North Gustaberg, which was the one where we had to go through the hot spring geyser place and then down in the ravine and cross over into the cave. This one says, as I passed through this area, I heard Bastokers were building a monument honoring the pioneers who dug the Palboro mines. Being the curious type, I went to visit the site. The site itself turned out to be an old cemetery where the tombstones were so old the names were worn away with age. It turns out that the graves were those of numerous Galka who died in an accident the day the metalworks was completed, in a time when Bastok was still struggling to become a nation. I do not know if the Palboro pioneers are the heroes people claim they are. I, for a fact, have no doubt the Galka who lie here gave their lives bravely to settle this arid, forsaken land. I decided to spend a night here drinking to the unnamed heroes of a forgotten time. That's also Gwynedd Ironheart, 749. Which is 1 year after the previous monument. Alright, and then 1 year after that, 750. This is in the Kronstadt Highlands. This one was... Where was this one? Oh, it was like in a cave, kind of like in the middle of the area that we had to walk around to find the entrance to the cave a bit. Alright, it says, the wind that blows incessantly through this area is called Odin's Wrath. Seeing its potential use, some ingenious Bastokers decided to build windmills here a long time ago. Flour mills, to be exact. In this desolate land where nothing more than potatoes can grow, the wheat brought in from Sandioria was a true lifesaver to the Bastokers. Sandioria, in turn, relied on their consumption of its surplus wheat, and also on the flour that came from Bastok's mills. The mills became the symbols of their mutual dependence. Even in times of war between the two, this trade continued. Both armies' brass were infuriated, but none tried to disrupt it, lest the bread disappeared from their own tables. Ah, the irony. A toast to the merchants. And then the last one to read for now is 1 year after that. This was in East Ronfair. Where was this one? I think it was just kind of in some like ruins of like some stone walls that were kind of ruined. These woods of Ronfair have long been hunting grounds of the elven royalty, and such are maintained well. I came here to see the bravery of the participants in the Great Autumn Hunt, but sadly it was a somber ceremonial affair with little to see. I'm certain that this stems from the choice of quarry. No longer do they hunt fowl or deer, rather giant sheep are released expressly for the hunt. As I write this, I pray that the gluttonous grazing of these voracious sheep does not destroy the delicate balance of life in these woods. Yeah, there are ruins of ruins. Layers of ruins. Yeah. Alright, so those are the main ones for now. Those are all from Gwenem Ironheart.
Ruins are like onions.
Yes. Just like
As they
ogres.
say.
Ruins, onions, and ogres are all basically the same thing. Okay. Alright, let's make sure we got our clay. Does everyone have a lump of Selbina clay in their inventory?
I do?
Cool. We all do. So, our destination is Jugner Forest, the Norvalen outpost. So, we will return to Juno for now. We'll have to make sure that we all actually have that, that outpost. Yeah, it was a tasty lunch. There's a bagel place near us that makes tofu schmears, which is basically just a dairy-free bagel schmears. It doesn't actually taste like tofu. It's just stuffed cream cheese, basically.
Sounds yummy.
Yeah. It is good. We could also Chocobo from Juno. That would work fine as well. If someone doesn't have the outpost, or if we just want a run to the location where we don't really have to worry about evading enemies. I'm gonna check the Chocobo price. That might be a better way to go.
How high level are things in Jugner Forest?
We can manage them fine, but they would probably aggro.
But they will aggro.
Most likely, yeah. Someone here named Chalky Milk. I'm gonna refresh Signet just for fun. Hooray. The sound effects of this game always make me happy. Oh, the Chocobos are only like 355 gil right now, so that sounds nice and easy. You can just do that. I'll wait till Whooper is here though. Sheepy Chocobo.
I was gonna outpost warp, but if we're gonna go to Juno, I'll use a scroll. If that's better.
Okay. Where does your Oh, the outpost warp brings you to Windy, right?
Yeah.
You could... Have you already used your scroll?
Yeah, I'll be there in a second.
Oh, okay.
Whee!
Maze Monger's Shopfront. What is this?
Right here.
Doesn't do anything. Little guy. Oh, I want to get a close-up view of this guy. Extremely good creature design.
Yeah, I love those little guys.
Sakura rune. Oh, true. I like how their pants are like the lips of them are kind of like folded over or whatever. Whoa, camera. There we go.
Nice scroll. Almost there.
Whoa, camera. Yeah, it does look like it could have suspenders on. Yeah, that's right. It does look like suspenders pants, but without the suspenders. So like the top, the like flaps are kind of hanging down. Oh wow, my signet lasts for 5 hours that I just got.
Here.
Even smaller than me. Incredible. You think of Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, yeah. Alright, shall we chocobo? Okay. You found Undyne, Creeper Boy? Okay, we're going to Jugner Forest, so we gotta go to Battaglia Downs. Got everybody? Looks like we do. Yippee!
Another stroll with the chocobo.
Yeah. Music here is nice and peaceful. We're about to...
Really good chocobo design.
Yeah. About to zone in. No more music, but that's okay. Battaglia Downs has nice music too.
Yeah. So does Excise. If you haven't played it, go play it.
Okay.
Cloudy out here. Oh, there's the airship.
Yeah, I was about to point out the airship. Goodbye. Yeah, I agree, Alex. I feel like unless you know with like very strong confidence what someone's like needs or wants are for gifts, I feel like it's better to go with something that's more personalized. Because like, I don't know, for example, I've occasionally I'm like really into board games, and occasionally I've had friends or family be like, "Hey, I got you this board game," and it's like, "Oh, thanks." It's not something I'm interested in at all, or it's like it's something I already have, and it's like I appreciate the thought, but it's like when the person has such like a intense interest in like a niche thing or whatever, people who aren't, you know, as deep into the niche would have no idea, or like don't really have a good sense of what a good gift would be in that context. And yeah, the obligation of gifts in general just kind of pisses me off a lot. Both because I feel like I'm bad at receiving gifts. I never know how to respond or react. And I overthink it and then end up feeling even even weirder about it. Because it's like, oh, that probably was not the right reaction. But yeah, anyways.
I feel that for sure.
Yeah, Azalea. And yeah, it's all what Alex said too. It's always okay to ask. Okay, we are headed to H12. So I think for just a scenic route, we can head to the river and then just follow the river south.
Every day for our birthdays, my brother gives, me and siblings all an origami, some sort of origami creature of some kind, and he's gotten really good at it. It's always a delight. I have a whole like little uh, row of them on a
Nice.
shelf.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's really nice that to like have handmade gifts and then have like a collection that goes together is really cool too.
Yeah, totally. This is a pretty lake. Let me raw distance set world. There we go. This is not where the monument is, but I thought it would be pretty to look at it. I don't know if I've ever actually looked at this lake before.
It is really lovely.
Island in the middle. Definitely appreciating the lake. I am inside of Azalea's Chocobo. There we go. Alright, we will follow the river that leads into this lake. The wind and the stream sounds are pretty relaxing to me right now.
Yeah.
Snipper.
I love these mossy bridges.
Yeah. Cross the bridge here. I know we said this before in like previous streams of this game, but I really appreciate how with the world of this game they chose more like muted colors. I'm specifically like thinking of it in comparison to World of Warcraft, which is extremely like vivid colors. Um, and World of Warcraft looks pretty in its own way, but I appreciate the different take for this game.
Yeah, I really love. Yeah, I love seeing more muted palettes a lot, especially when they have accents of bright colors that draw attention.
Yeah.
Like seeing the very pink birds against the soft green.
Hmm. I do feel like sometimes when artists render nature, like really pretty landscapes and things like that, they exaggerate the colors in a way that, you know, it can look nice kind of in its own way, but um, I think nature is not always as like vivid as it's, you know, drawn or painted or whatever to be, but it still is extremely gorgeous.
Yeah, I agree. There's a lot to be said for doing a study in grays.
Yeah. Alright. Monument should be somewhere around here. I think there's a cave. I bet it's in the cave. Ugh. We might have to fight some tigers.
It's alright. It's all the closer to leveling up.
Yeah, these tigers are probably gonna aggro us. They're level 22 and what's the other one? The other one's a little further away.
This map first.
Yeah. Oh, well, if they're not gonna aggro, we might not have to worry about it. Alright, I'll read the monument. Oh, no, we got aggro.
She's an aggro.
Right, how do I play this game again?
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold on, hold on. Where are all my things?
Weak to fire and thunder. 8. Okay. Back to the monument. Okay. As we pierced the gloom of Jugner Forest, my dear steed and renowned gourmand, Morton, pecked at the ground, unearthing a fine mushroom. Quieting the uneasy Morton, I examined the mushroom and found that it was none other than a king truffle, a prized ingredient I had thought to be only a legend. Relying on Morton's keen sense of smell, we searched the area and found bushels of other mushrooms. A fine mushroom soup will grace our table tonight. To all travelers who wander in this forest, should you find your supplies dwindling and your hunger growing, search for nature's bounty and be saved. Just take care your chocobo does not eat them first. Gwen Meinhardt, 755 Crystal Era. That's 5 years after the last one, I believe. 4 years, actually.
Morton the Chocobo. The most important piece of lore we've gotten so far.
Yeah. Don't forget to trade your clay to the monument.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see what y'all said in chat. I love how overcast it is in this area. How the greens work nicely with that tonally. The color explosions are more common nowadays, so having a game with muted colors with splashes every once in a while feels refreshing. Yeah. Yeah, I think there may have been like an overall like aversion to more muted colors in the kind of like PS3 era because that's when we got the like really mushy gray games constantly that didn't really do the muted colors as well. Or not necessarily that they didn't do them well. Sometimes they didn't do it well, but I think it was more just there was too many gray games, an oversaturation of desaturation, if you will.
The best way to phrase it, yeah.
All right, so that's the Vecna Forest one. Next is gonna be Rolandberry Fields. Well, we got to go back to Slabina first, actually. So we'll do
Where's
that.
the outpost?
The outpost is it's up this river. It's not too far, but you'd have to evade
I'll
enemies.
probably get aggroed. Mhm.
We could like sneak an invis you up there if you want.
No, I'm good.
I'm just gonna warp.
I got, yeah, I can just.
Okay, let's warp.
Need to get that last 1,300 EXP so I can get a warp cudgel.
Yeah, one of these days we will actually level up some more. I'm trying to remember what games I was interested in with the PS3 era. I think at that point I was mostly just playing Call of Duty. I played Borderlands, which could be colorful when it wanted to be, but mostly it was just beige. Whoops, got an outpost warp. Nice job, Creeper Boy. Alright, we are outpost warping to Zulkheim. Zulkheim. We get to Sabina. Yeah, Final Fantasy has better deserts for sure. Better than Borderlands. I'm considering picking up a regular stream schedule again soon. If not this week, then maybe the following week. Um, I'm not sure what I would stream yet, but I am thinking of Pseudo Regalia, which is an indie 3D platformer. It has some really, really nice looking vibes. And he plays a creature, and I've heard really good things about the game.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of, yeah, good comments about Pseudo Regalia too. You know, I think part of the games becoming so gray, I wonder if it was like this reaction to video games are for kids
Hmm.
kind of thing and trying to separate themselves from that in a way.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if that was at least part of it.
Yeah, like look, we can be like muted and moody too. I guess a lot of films were like lot of desaturated gray films too around the same time.
Hmm.
You don't remember where the mayor is.
Boy, you had Xbox consoles mostly with Super Smash, or... Oh wait, on Switch? Oh, okay. Smash Bros. NBA 2K, you never touched that one. Mario Kart 8, Minecraft, and Bindi. Nice.
That's a game that never stopped being colorful.
Which one, Mario Kart?
Smash Bros. And
Oh,
Mario
yeah, yeah.
Kart.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Nintendo ever really fell into the
No, it
desaturated
didn't.
curse. Alright. Back to Juno, and then we will Chocobo from there for this next one. I gotta give Final Fantasy 13 another try. I played a couple hours of it, and I fell off because the, like, Eidolon fights, or whatever they call them, the summons, the primals, whatever, really, really frustrated me. But I might, whenever I do try it again, I'll probably just kind of look up a guide for that, for those parts. But yeah, it was definitely a pretty game, especially the music. And I really want to see 13.2 and Lightning Returns, but I probably can't just jump into those first. There's this character here that has a name similar to someone's username that's in like a server that I'm in. It's just like this tiny little Taru girl, and she just says, "I like how chocobos smell." So I'm trying to get a screenshot to send.
Good line.
How do I? How I could?
If you had one line to tell everybody who passed by.
How do I?
Is this the zone we're gonna chocobo out of?
It doesn't matter too much because it'll be close either way. Still trying to grab this dang screenshot. There we go. Perfect. The name of this character is similar to the friend's username is Sayara, but when they play PSO, because they play PSO a lot, they'll often do like that Sayaya right there sounds like a name they would choose for the PSO character, just to try and get the section ID that they want. Hey Mia. Welcome. Final Fantasy 16 needed bump combat? Yeah. Haven. Okay, yeah. Chocobo, Chocobo. We're going to Rolandberry Fields.
There's some rolling berries rolling down the hills.
Alright, we're headed to K11 down there. Yeah, okay.
I always forget how many vendor people just sit out here. There's so many.
There are so many. Tax evasion. The heavy metal chocobo theme from in 13 is A tier. Yeah. Alright. Let's go. Yeah, I'm not sure what my favorite chocobo theme arrangement would be. I'd have to listen through them all again. I do like how like gentle and bouncy the one in this game is.
Yeah.
The one in 10 was pretty fun. There's like super swingy big band style. Go this way. Silk caterpillar. The rolled berries. The rolled berry. Wow, Mia, that sounds exactly like a chocobo. Nice impression. We may have to deal with some of these evil weapon guys. We'll have to see what it looks like when we get to the actual location. If necessary, we can just sneak and invis.
They're actually tough.
What's this? Poison leech. Okay. Gotta go up here. Supposedly we can cross over this way. Yeah, there we go. Sneaky. Gubu Farmer! Listen to Steppies. He's making sounds.
Good. Great.
Alright, here's the monument. The evil weapons seem to be far enough away that we should be fine. Oh, did you get stuck somewhere, Azalea? Whoop. Yeah, okay. Alrighty. Okay,
First, not forget.
here's what the monument says. Here, where the warm Garuda winds blow, Roland berries are cultivated in great orchards. These berries are famous for their sharp, tingling tartness, and it's not just the Galka who appreciate a Roland berry pie to cleanse the palate after a meal. These humble berries also warm the hearts of carnivorous beastmen, and guards have been posted against goblin thieves and Yagado raiders. The most valuable berries are stockpiled by insects, who use a special secretion to store them. This results in an exceptionally tart preserve, popular with connoisseurs. The village of Juneau has benefited greatly from the harvests here and the bounty of the sea. They seem well on their way to statehood. Gwynnmine Hart, 757, Crystal Era. It's 2 years after the last one. It's interesting that they refer to Juneau as a village in this. Obviously, with that last sentence, they allude to the fact that Juneau is now huge. But it's interesting to see that was written when it was still small. Don't.
On the way to statehood, indeed.
Yeah, don't forget to trade your clay. Found a ladybug in your room. I wish those are the bugs that showed up in our apartment sometimes. Instead of, well, not that I want bugs in my apartment, but I'd prefer ladybugs over the ones that we do get. Did you both trade your clay to the tablet?
Yep.
Cool.
I'm very happy to live in an area with very few bugs.
Yeah.
But it does also mean it's cold most of the year, which, you know.
Yeah. Okay, should we walk back to Juneau or actually let me see here. Do. Interactive map. Give me Patch out marshlands. Yeah. It's about as long of a walk back to Juneau as it would be to the marshlands where the outpost is, but yeah.
A little look at how many quest points I have left. Remember where to find that.
I think you find it in... Oh, where do you find it? Status, maybe? Currencies? Yeah. It's...
Like, we got 11 more warps.
Okay.
Oh, it's raining.
Oh, it sure is. Are you good?
Yeah.
You're good to warp?
Yeah.
Okay. Back to Sabina. Yeah, I enjoy the sounds of those bugs as well. We really are privileged with our warps.
Be able to get those cudgels pretty easily soon enough. But I'll still have to buy warp scrolls for my other classes.
How far are you from 36?
Um, 1,133.
Oh gosh, that's actually really close. I wonder if there's anywhere we could go, like, the three of us, just to, like, casually grind out that last bit of experience.
I don't know.
Alex. Alex is, like, one of the nicest, kindest people you'll ever meet, except to her sisters, particularly her youngest sister. Or maybe a different way to put it is that she would never tease anybody except for her sisters. Oh yeah, Texas is definitely warm and definitely big. It is both of those things.
Yeah, as someone who has a sibling, that makes sense.
A sibling?
Oh, I was reading Creeper
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Boy's comment. But just agreeing with that, yeah, yeah. Though that move from Alex definitely does sound like an oldest sibling move.
Here, Abelard, I have another clay tablet for you. At least the money this guy's giving us for the clay tablets is funding all of our, like, chocobos. Alright, the next tablet is actually here in the dunes, which is handy. But actually, the next one that we would have seen chronologically is the first one that we did when we, like, first started the quest, so I'm gonna reread that one real quick. This was in West Ronfair. We had to, like, pass by the big fishing pond to find that one. Alright, here's what it says. It has been a full 10 years since I last visited this land, yet I am shocked to see orcish warriors roaming this far south. I saw many here in the forest, the very lap of the kingdom, but the proud elven knights don't consider them a threat. Mark my words, someday hundreds, no, thousands of orcs will bring war upon this beautiful kingdom. I write this in hope that brave knights will prove me wrong. Gwendam Ironheart 761, Crystal Era. Let's see, and that is indeed 10 years after the East Ronfair one that we read about, where he talked about the hunting the sheep.
Yeah.
There's actually another monument that would have been between this one and the last one, but it's much harder to do, and the guide recommends doing it last. You both get your new lump of clay.
And I'm ready to go.
Cool. Alright, we're gonna walk our way there. It's in the dunes.
Nice. I'll definitely feel you with the hyperprotective and younger siblings getting unwanted attention with my youngest sister.
Okay, let me pull up the map. Do.
Being 8 years older than the youngest sibling was interesting because I remember like taking care of her and everything when she was little.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when your youngest sister was basically a baby, more or less.
Yeah.
And it's very surreal seeing her grown up.
Now she has a baby.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
I'm an uncle now. I don't know if I've
Congrats.
talked about that.
Yeah, I don't think I know that. I haven't been on like I maybe I would have known if I was still on Facebook or something, but
Oh, I'm not either.
well, I would assume you would know either way.
I would have had to have sent you a message on Discord. Um, but yeah, he's an adorable little, absolutely adorable little kid. So round. He just learned how to point, and every time he sees our dog, he just points and smiles. So cute.
Very good. Sand hair. Ah, the leeches. It's fun seeing these parties at the dunes. Throwback. These are cool looking trees that I never really looked at all that closely before. Interesting that they grow in salt water. And just the way that their roots appear to be
Yeah.
structured.
Aren't there like trees that grow like this in Florida?
Oh, are there? Florida is a different world.
I don't know. I assume it might just be the. I don't know if it's like in the ocean or if they're just in rivers by the.
There are trees like that. It's like, interesting.
Me too. I was like, it's like on the tip of my tongue, but not coming to me. I remember those trees pretty fondly though, because one time,
Oh, got aggro.
when I was in a aggro.
Sorry.
one time when I was in a party with my older sister, we had a Mithra in the party.
Oh, I think I remember this.
Yeah, and they had just left their character on auto walk and was just walking into one of the trees and got completely like clipped into it and got completely stuck and had to like uh
Call
get
a game
somebody to,
master or whatever.
yeah, call a game master to help them get out of it, and everybody was like, ah ha ha ha, cat got stuck in the tree. The Mithra are the cat people.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Cat got stuck in the tree. Alright, I'm gonna read this monument. Okay. The view may be beautiful, but the broken grass at our feet is testimony to the inhospitability of this place. The shallows repel anchoring ships with nothing for miles but sand. Indeed, these dunes are ill fit for any purpose save sunbathing. One day I happened upon a young swimmer struggling for air. I swam out to save her, and as a gesture of thanks, she led me to a fascinating place. To a small inlet she guided me, to show me dolphins, no doubt. None were there, but I noticed the bay was a natural harbor. I was a sailor in youth, so I knew this to be an important discovery. The harbor I named Selbina. Upon seeing her own name inscribed on my map, the girl clapped her hands in joy. Gwen Ironheart, 762, Crystal Era. That's cute.
Founder of Selbina. Selbina named after,
After Drowning Girl.
yeah, after Drowning Girl, Drowning Local.
I, I can't quite remember, but I think you might sometimes be able to see dolphins in the distance, in the ocean.
I do remember seeing stuff in the oceans on occasion, but I
I
don't
don't
remember.
remember if it's all of the beaches here or like maybe only the secret beach. Can't remember.
All right, traded my tablet.
Yeah, you trade your tablet as well, Zelia? Okay, cool. Then we will walk our way back. Mangroves are the name of the tree, I see.
Mangrove, yeah.
Yeah, Mia. Dolphins make you think of the dolphin meme photo with the happy dolphin. The one with like, I think there's like a rainbow in it and it's like sparkly. And it's just like very like summery kind of feel.
Citizen. Caught me so off guard.
The evolution is fun too. It's like, wait, what?
It was like, wait, why is it the same?
Whoa. Someone got an antlion familiar. Bug.
That's a cool bug.
Point east. The direction of the antlion familiar. Chomp chomp. It looks like a bug you could put a saddle on, actually. Pretty reasonably.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah,
Great creature design.
just admiring Piketo's bug. It was a nice easy one. That's very Star Wars-esque, the bug, yeah. It is, isn't it? Okay. Trade the tablet. Alright, let's see. Oops. Okay, we can do... we can either, for this next one, we can either do the Durfland Outpost, or we can take a Chocobo from Juno. Either way would work fine. Let's see.
I'd appreciate Outpost working if we could.
Yeah. I think, yeah, let's go back to Juno. And then, yeah, Whooper, you can do the Outpost warp. Azalea, I'm not sure if you have the Durfland Outpost or not. If you don't, then you and I can Chocobo, and we'll meet up with Whooper at the Outpost.
Is there a way for me to look if I have all the
I don't
what
think
outposts
so.
I have?
I've tried to find that information a bunch of times. I just rely on the spreadsheet at this point.
Right. The spreadsheet.
Actually, let's see, Durfland. I have it marked as me having it on the spreadsheet. I don't have either of you marked, but that's just because I don't know if you have it or not.
I probably don't have it then. So I will work back. I believe that is up to date with all the outposts that I have.
Okay. Is you like that there's a lot of subtle Star Wars influence in Final Fantasy? Sometimes not subtle. Yeah. Final Fantasy 12 is just alternate Star Wars in a lot of ways. Yeah. Oop, got it. Yeah, so looking for Durfland.
Meet with my
You have it, Azalea? Cool.
with my siblings later today to talk about doing a game
A game idea, you said?
Yeah. Um, I think the one we all agreed upon was a game in the style of sort of inspired by X-Wing Minis.
Mm.
If you ever played that.
I haven't, but I'm aware of it.
Um, Very fun. They kind of handed off to a different company, and they did some rules changes that people didn't like, and it sort of suddenly disappeared completely.
Huh.
Um, and there's no like, I think there's like tabletop simulator. I assume has it, but no other like super great way to play it online. So they
Hmm.
were talking about making something in that vein.
Nice. Like a video game, like a digital. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
like.
like a video game.
Nice.
Making it in Godot.
Mm-hmm.
Where do I need to warp to?
Durfland?
Yeah, I don't think I have it.
Interesting.
Right, it's not checked on that list.
It is not.
Let's see. Where is Durfland?
It's in the Pashao marshlands. Taking a
Oh, I see.
chocobo through Rolandberry would probably be the easiest way.
I have to go all the way to Pashao.
Yeah.
Dang.
We'll wait for you at the outpost.
Okay. Sorry. Get the chocobo.
We do have a big crawler just hanging out in front of us. Wow, look at him scoot along.
I'm also really keen on an idea of making a horse game. I think that'd be a lot of fun, and there's just such an absolute lack of any good horse games, and
I
have
know.
been for years.
Such an untapped market.
And yeah, I know I have a sister who would absolutely love it, and I've talked with her about uh how much or what would her dream game be for a horse game. Uh, what we've talked about, well, there's a couple things that we've thrown around. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So my idea was like a chill game you can get together with your friends, um, where you can just, raise horses, take care of them, breed horses and stuff like that. Um, you can just hang out with your friends and hopefully, like the dream, it would be really expensive, but the dream would be to have like a lot of like outfits and cosmetics and stuff. And then you can kind of design your little town.
Nice.
Other idea that my sister would also enjoy a lot is there's this horse game that was a Korean game called Alicia Online, that was never released globally, but it's basically a kart racer but with horses.
Huh.
Um, and she absolutely loves Mario Kart and would be like, oh, Mario Kart with horses would be incredible. Um, but there's kind of been a huge fan base for Alicia Online, and it shut down
No.
some years ago. So people have been like, there's been like one or two people trying to keep servers, like private servers for it open. And a whole lot of people constantly asking about it. Um, but yeah, and like making English translations and stuff for it too.
Nice.
But yeah, that's another one. She's like, gotta have horses, gotta have unicorns, gotta have Pegasuses, gotta have Pegasus with unicorn horns,
Wow, I've never heard of
all
this
the good
before,
stuff.
but I'm looking it up and it looks cute.
Yeah, it was just like a cute little horse racing game. You had like a there's been a couple clones of them, but they've had like horrific monetization, and neither of them have been nearly as good.
Unfortunate.
Um, yeah, one of them, like as soon as it got popular, like when you raced, like your horses could get um hurt or dirty, so you would like heal them up between races. So you treat them and then clean them and brush them and stuff. But then they started charging money for the brushes, so
Oh
unless
boy.
you paid real life money, you just had dirty horses.
Just had to watch your horses suffer.
Yeah, it was like, and yeah, not even starting that way. They just added it, so you had to start paying real life money, and
Oh,
it's just
it's
like, ugh,
obnoxious.
that's awful. So I was like, it'd be so nice to have just, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'd go for MMO if I did, if we did like the kart racer. It'd be more of a, you can jump in with your friends kind of thing.
Yeah.
More Mario Kart-esque. Um, but yeah, I think it'd be pretty fun. Okay, you're at the Outpost in Pasho?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
I'm
there you
here,
are.
I see you.
Right. We'll walk the rest of the way. Here's another horse game idea, kind of similar to what you had already described, where you got like horses and stuff, and you're taking care of them and cosmetics and stuff. Except some players are the ranchers, and other players are the horses, and make they have to vocalize and be annoying when they're hungry and dirty and stuff, and they can just pester their friends who are the ranchers.
Apple, apple,
And
apple, apple.
yeah, Apple. And you can like buck when your friends try to ride on the back of you, you can like buck them off really intensely.
That would be incredible.
All right.
It's like all those games where you have to communicate with proximity chat, except for the horses and players can't communicate with each other at all.
Other than just normal horse sounds.
Yeah.
And if the human tries to communicate like with words or whatever, it just comes out as like garbled text.
Yes, garble.
Or they maybe recognize a couple words like their name and
Wah,
like
wah, 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 apple.
Apple, yeah, Toho Project. Oh, I should probably be a little more careful. Don't want to fight a Marlboro. We don't have to.
Here, I'll go ask him to be nice politely.
Okay, yeah, you
Hello?
you distract him.
Hello, sir, can you please just, yeah, chillax. We don't mean you any harm. We're just looking for lore. Okay, I think he's good.
Nice. Just a little lore look. No harm. Bog Bunny! Shout out to the Bog Bunny.
It would be really fun to ride a Marlboro as a horse. He's
Yeah.
such a ridiculous mount. Eat it Cheerios.
You know, I feel like the concept of having monsters, like bizarre monsters like a Marlboro or whatever, as a playable character is an idea that's been around for a long time, but I still feel like it hasn't been fully explored as much as it could be. Because, like, you
Yeah,
know, there's all sorts of weird monsters that exist, and you could really be creative with how you translate that into gameplay.
yeah, I always love a creature collector game that gives you just some weird ones.
Yeah,
Like, oh, this was kind of ugly, but I love it.
yeah. I'm think with Marlboro specifically, the closest thing I can think of is like Octodad.
Oh, Octodad was fun.
But I guess I'm like,
So,
my mind goes to like action games or whatever, just because
yeah.
that's just what I like the most. So I'm curious what an action game where you play as a Marlboro would be like. Also, we might have to fight one of these goblins because they're both faced in the absolute worst direction. Oh, might be. Let's just fight
They're
this
just easy
mugger.
prey.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
Okay,
too
okay,
bad.
okay, okay.
Oh,
Hold on.
spotted
Getting on
as
the
a.
chocobo. Don't do it, mugger. Hold on, wait, please wait. There we go.
Oh, I should not use the AoE spells. Wrong macro set. Oops.
Um, yeah, it would be pretty fun. There is a creature collector called Voidling Bound that's like an action game. It's like an FPS kind of thing.
Hmm.
Uh, but you have like a whole bunch of abilities where you like jump forward and slam the ground and stuff. So it's not so it's got some fun stuff to it. I played the beta and I was very excited about it, and they just keep adding more. It's just a small team making it, but it's really impressive.
Nice.
Uh,
I just remembered that
and
Tokyo Jungle exists.
Tokyo Jungle?
Yeah, it was like a PS3 game where it's like a multiplayer combat game where I think everyone starts as like a little Pomeranian, but then if you can like kill other animals to basically possess them, and you gradually work your way up the food chain to be like a dinosaur or something.
Oh my gosh.
It's a very
I'm looking at it right now.
yeah, it's a very wacky premise. I haven't played it a whole lot, but yeah, kind of like a mix of roguelike and wildlife simulator. Nice. Wait, is it multiplayer? Was I wrong about that? I can't remember.
Freaking start out as a Pomeranian though. Look at that little thing.
Also, look at these plants. Like some bizarre
Hmm?
bamboo.
Yeah.
Very interesting. And a really interesting color too for this area.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like bamboo cattails or something. Yeah.
Yeah. It says mode single player multiplayer.
Nice. Going to the right. There might be a Marlboro up here. We may have to kill this guy.
Okay, I'll stop looking at Tokyo Jungle.
Yeah, we have to fight this Marlboro. I'm gonna rest real quick. Recover some magic. Ooh, wait, I want to get out of his line of sight. You'd love to try Tokyo Jungle on stream with everyone?
Could I put a link to Voidling Bound
Yeah, yeah, go for it.
in?
They're doing a special on Akias that were abandoned, but they can't tear them down because they need permission from the owners, so they have moss and stuff going all over and are close to collapsing. Oh. Voidling Bound. That name does sound familiar. Let me see.
I might have brought it up before.
think I may have just seen it in like trailers in like the various showcases. Yeah, this definitely looks familiar.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's got a demo you can play and you can wishlist it if you like it.
Cool.
I was gonna make a fan art of my favorite little guy. They're really fun because you like pick evolutions. Each evolution is like an evolution tree for your guy. They don't like change like Pokemon. It's not like where it turns into like a new creature, but they get like a different like face shape or tail shape depending on what ability you choose.
Mm, nice.
Or I think they're opening it up so you can pick whatever look you want with whatever ability you want. But yeah, I had like a little lizard that got like a big curled up chameleon tail that was just
It's
a little delight that I loved.
very good. Yeah, so yeah, that it does remind me of Spore a little bit, or like some
Yeah.
board games I've seen as well. Like I think Evolution and there's what is it? What is it? Bios Megafauna?
Oh, I don't know if I know that.
I think that might be one. But yeah, that's cool. That sounds fun. Sounds like you can get some cute little critters. Are we
Yeah,
ready
get
to
into.
to fight this guy?
I'm ready. How tough is he? Oh, easy prey. Oh, easy peasy.
Easy peasy. Should be no
Come
problem.
over here. We'll fight. Actually, I should cast some shadows on myself. There we go.
I love doing lots of damage. Alright. Monument's back here. Let's give it a read. Oh, there's like a little Quadev carving on it. That's fun.
Oh, there is.
Alright, here's what it says. These marshlands belong to a savage race of beastmen called the Quadav. Many have ventured in these lands seeking fame and fortune, but were never seen again. But I have vowed to make a complete map of Vanadil. The guilt I would feel for leaving these marshlands blank far outweighed the danger of entering them. During my survey, I made the mistake of building a fire and was promptly captured by the Quadav. In their village, I was dumbstruck to see that their buildings were made of wrought metal. As much as we use the Tarutaru magic of fire to light our smoking pipes, the Quadav, a barbarous tribe by any account, had secretly harnessed much of Bastok's metalworking technology. When I told them of my quests, they were most eager to help, releasing me and even going so far as to give me a guided tour of their home. Gwen Ironheart 763 Crystal Era. That's interesting. I've definitely never like heard that much like personality conveyed of the Quadav, so that's really interesting to hear.
Yeah.
Let me get a closer look at this inscription.
Wait, gotta trade.
That's cool. Welcome back.
Nice flowers.
Yeah, they are nice flowers. All right. We can probably just walk back to the. Oh wait, Whoop, are you able to outpost warp from here even though you haven't done the supply quest?
I don't know.
I know you can't warp to it, but
I
from it,
might be.
I'm not sure. Hey, Stammer. Well, we can just go for a little walk back. How's it going, Stammer? Oh, we aren't doing missions. We're just doing the Stone Monument quests, just for some low-key lore hunting for fun. Whoop! I gotta go this way. All right, Mia. Hope you sleep well. Thanks for the congrats. Thanks for being here and hanging out too. Have a good one. Oop, Google eggs.
It looks like I probably won't be able to use the outpost.
Won't be able to?
I don't think so.
You just watched the Excise trailer, Stammer? Nice. Glad you think it looks cool. I'm glad I was able to get the game out before too late into the final stretch of the year, because like I don't know. I have no idea if anyone is even going to consider it like one of their games of the year, but I wanted it to come out early enough to where it could at least still be a contender, or like be a possibility. Yeah. To draw something for Excise, hopefully before October. Nice, that'd be really cool. Oh yeah, tomorrow Alex is streaming Mario Paint for the first time. She's gonna be drawing some non-spoilery stuff from Excise during that. That'll be really fun to see.
Real pain.
Whoa, Bog Dog! Watch out for the Bog Dog. He's gonna get you. Beware the Bog Dog. Speaking of bogs, we Alex and I were at Disneyland somewhat recently, and we went on they have a new ride that replaced Splash Mountain, and it's themed after what's it called? Princess and the Frog, the one that takes place in like New Orleans. It's called like Tiana's something. I don't remember what it's called, but I've never been on Splash Mountain, so I didn't know what to expect. But this one was really fun. It wasn't as like intense as I expected it to be, but it was done up so pretty inside. Like they had a few like night scenes where you're like floating down the river at night, and you see like, you know, all the like the swamp foliage and a bunch of fireflies going around, and you know, it has the really fun New Orleans jazz music and all that stuff. It was really cool. And a couple of the drops were really fun too.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Gotta love the jazz. I went to finally get a library card in the library. Well, we have a whole, I guess, like library district, but my specific one is super tiny. I went to see what fucking gambler.
Sorry, I just knew he was gonna aggro one of us.
He had that look in his eyes. He's like, "This is a gamble I'm gonna take."
They don't call me Goblin Gambler for nothing. Whoop.
I went to check out what graphic novels they had, picked one up, and then they had like 5 art history books, but one of the 5 was The Art of Jazz. That goes over like Harlem Renaissance art and stuff. during and other art during the jazz era. It was
Nice.
very cool.
Oh my god, I just realized I forgot to trade the clay to the tablet.
Did I forget? Nope.
Oh. All right, I'm
Oops.
gonna chocobo there. Well, okay, I guess we can walk back. Yeah, I'll outpost work. Ah, sorry. Whoa,
See
something
if I
just fell.
can.
You made yourself a really cute lock
Oh
style for
yeah.
October. Had to craft yourself a corselet because nobody ever crafts those on your server. Oh, nice. Yeah, it would probably be best to walk back actually because I suspect the Marlboro will have returned. So many warp sound effects. Okay. Alright. We're here. Let's go back again. This way.
I don't have a sense of superiority riding my chocobo.
Yeah, glamour Alex means like just the how the armor looks basically. I believe you can set glamours that make your armor look a certain way, but it keeps the stats of other things underneath. So you can do fashion but also have your stats too.
I'm of the opinion that every game should have that.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. That's nice, Stammer. Does it? Slash lock style. Style lock mode is disabled. Yeah, I'm not sure how it would work here. Or how it works at all, really, but yeah. It might be something I have to... Oh.
Do a
Awesome.
quest for it or something.
Lock style on. Oh, yeah. There it is. Fashion unlocked.
Let's go.
That was you in college, Alex?
There we go. Now I got my gear set equipped, but with my DPS gear on.
Watch out for the Goobu. Goobu is definitely a top tier monster name. Yeah, we don't have a Discord server. You're welcome to share links if you have a way of getting them. Oh yeah, Imager is the easiest thing usually. Okay, round 2 with the Marlboro. You can go for it whenever, Whooper.
Oh, I just got my weapon skill.
Save it. Okay. Make sure none of you forget to trade your clay to the tablet. I sure didn't this time. Alright, you both got yours though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Alright, in Whooper, you were not able to outpost warp, were you?
I was not, so I'll just
Okay.
warp on back. We can walk there, and you two can outpost warp if you... No, you don't need that. You can just warp.
Yeah, I just need magic. This used to be an important quest. I think even on Horizon it's not that important now. Stammer, I think... there's an add-on that gives you all the maps. I don't remember if it was default. I think it was default off when I first installed Horizon. But I wound up enabling it. But yeah, you can get the map for Crawler's Nest through this quest. And we'll probably get it eventually whenever we finish it. But not that we necessarily need it. Okay, I can warp now. They made it legal on Horizon because they couldn't detect it and didn't want some people to have an advantage over others. Yeah. That makes sense. I started off with it off because I just kind of like the... like role-playing it, I guess. But, I feel like the maps is one thing in the game that I'm okay with, not role-playing that. Just because it makes it smoother.
We're too poor at such a low level.
Yeah, and too poor. That's true too.
Couldn't even afford spells, let alone maps?
Which scroll do I want? The one for the spell or the one for the map? If we had any more friction, we'd have a rug burn. Yeah. Do, 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 do. I still gotta play Shadow the Hedgehog game as well. The Dirge of Cerberus of the Sonic series. Yeah, Dirge of Cerberus was a lot better than I was expecting it to be. Or at least I watched Alex play it. I haven't played it myself. But yeah, it was like cooler and smoother and like more compelling than I would have thought. The music's cool too. Dirge of Cerberus is another Hamauzu soundtrack. Same guy that did FF13.
Laughing earlier when the Tome said these beaches were good for nothing but sunbathing, and I was like, oh, but this is like the adventuring hotspot. Everybody
Yeah,
starts leveling here.
it's good for crab hunting.
He keeps saying this isn't the one I asked for, but he doesn't. He doesn't ask for one in specific.
Yeah, I think if we were to talk to him again, he might be like, give a hint about one that exists.
Nope, he still just says, "My name is Abelard, mayor of this village."
Huh, for me he says, you don't know
there
where
it
to
is,
go.
There it is. I have to talk to him twice.
Yeah. Well, Lethene Plateau is actually the one we're doing next, so
Hey, look at that.
that's a good story, Alex. Okay. Let's see. We can. How can we do this? Let me look at some maps. I think let's warp our way to West Ronfair, and then we'll walk to our destination in Lethene Plateau.
Look. Oh, is that Stammers Glamours?
Flamers, let's see.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I like that Battle Mage, Black Mage vibe. I only see one image, I think.
I love the Fencer.
Oh, is that Fencer?
I think it's two different outfits, like a black mage, or a mage, and then a battle mage or whatever.
Oh, I see. Nice. Yeah, that looks cool. I'm gonna. Oh wait, did we all get our clay from Abelard? I got mine. Brazelia, did you get your clay?
I must have, because I kept talking to him. Yep.
Okay. Alright, let's warp our way to West Ronfair. But yeah, that looks really cool, Stammer. Is that armor on the fencer? Question mark? I've never actually seen a fencer in this game before. Is that like an artifact armor for fencer, or... Because it looks very black magey. It almost looks like an alternate armor set for black mage.
Whee! I thought Rune Fencer looked like a very fun class to play.
There's no AF in any of that. Oh, really?
Just neat.
I can't scroll. Twitch's not letting me scroll for some reason. That's interesting, though. I could have sworn the stuff on the left was black mage artifact.
I feel like the Black Mage AF armor didn't have like brown striped pants and a brown hat.
Body armor on the left is from Wings of the Goddess. Let me find that link again. Where'd it go?
Oops.
There it is. Okay, yeah, I can see how it's not Black Mage now. That was just my like immediate assumption, which looking closer, that's definitely not it. The hat is cool. Is that like a pumpkin on the top of the hat? Like a jack-o'-lantern?
We're warping to Ronfar, is that right?
Yeah. I should recover some MP. Hey, great. Thanks for the congrats.
Oh, chat. Good with chat.
Witch hat from Halloween event, cool.
Yeah, you definitely got the witchy look.
Yeah, for sure.
Hello, I am here.
Alright. It should be a pretty easy... there should be no battles necessary. I think it's going to be a pretty scenic walk. It's an interesting route.
I haven't checked out the bonus content yet.
Yeah.
Finished the game. I don't know if there's spoilers for creatures in there.
Yeah, there's definitely spoilers in the bonus stuff. The only exception would be the server and daemon guide. You can kind of read that like as you get to each new area if you want. Because it you know, like you may want to keep the existence of some enemies a surprise until you see them, but like once you see them you can look them up in the manual and see what it says.
I should do that.
I feel like the stuff that I wrote about each monster is I don't think there's anything that people wouldn't likely figure out on their own already in terms of like gameplay tips, but I did invent some silly lore for them. It's mostly just like a for fun read, though it may still be helpful for some people.
I do like lore.
I also listed their stats in there. They only have 2 stats, their attack power and their data value, like how much data they give you when you kill them. The fairies, yeah. Their favorite snack stat? Oh. That is missing from the guide. Maybe 2nd edition. I can include information like that. Who would eat the appy straws? All right, let me think. Well, I mean, I think it would be the player character or their measurements shoe size. Well, I can tell you that the guards at the start, the pink and the red guys, they don't wear shoes, so 0. Um, actually, I think none of them wear shoes. They're all creatures, except the player character wears shoes. No, actually, okay, there's more things that wear shoes. I have to think about that.
Enemies with shoes confirmed.
Yeah, I think it's mostly just the bosses that have shoes. Although there's some enemies where you might not be able to tell if they have shoes on or not. Creatures don't need shoes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how I was picturing it too. Just like, I don't know, like Banjo-Kazooie style rotating pickups or whatever for the Appy straws. Yeah, shoes are just an invention of the patriarchy. I think you should just abandon shoes.
But the fashion of them.
Okay, that's fair. No Shoes Nation. Banjo-Kazooie. Yeah, during the Undertale stream, I don't know if anyone else watched it, but Toby, when he was talking, his messages would go through text to speech instead of his real voice. And he typed Banjo-Kazooie, but it read it out as Banjo-Kazooie.
Swap. Incredible.
Yeah. Oh, there's some other silly things that like that as well. I wish I could remember. Tiggery Togery.
Talking about getting rid of all shoes. One of my most common nightmares is being barefoot in a public restroom
Hmm.
and go to the bathroom really bad.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, maybe shoes are alright sometimes.
I used to have fun nightmares, but these days I had fun nightmares, then I had really bad nightmares, and now they're just about being barefoot in public for some awful reason.
Your nightmare's always working at your old job these days? Oh no.
Oh, I have those too. Working for the newspaper and them being like, we have 3 design briefs for you to get done by the end of the day.
Alright, we gotta get down into this gorge somehow. Let me pull up the map. Where the heck is my mouse? There it is. Um,
I know create those kinds of nightmares can definitely be stressful, but also sometimes it's fun to wake up from your nightmare and be like, well, at least it wasn't dumb. It was something wild. But yeah, definitely sounds stressful.
yeah, sometimes I get apocalyptic nightmares, but the ones I've been having most recently are like really emotionally distressful in really mundane ways. Like, I don't know, just like some of my worst, like, personal and relational fears coming true and
Ugh,
like
yeah.
living through that. in the nightmare.
Those are those are the worst. Yeah, like what Creeper Boy was saying.
Being alone, somehow doing something that made
Those are
everyone not want to be your friend anymore. Yeah, yeah. Stuff
those
like
are
that, Creeper Boy.
really hard ones sometimes.
Before we continue the other way, this is like an entrance to Ordell Caves. I'm curious just to see what it looks like in there real quick.
Boy, nightmares though.
Whoa.
That's a tough one too, Azalea. No, I'm sorry, Event. I had a period of about 10 years that I got exclusively really, really bad nightmares, but I am getting better.
That's
I
good.
have them on occasion now.
This isn't where we need to go. I just wanted to see what it looks like.
Check out how neat the cave was.
Yeah, I'm surprised I haven't seen any monsters yet. Oh, there's something. Red leech. Oh, it's pretty weak. Huh. Yeah, we probably shouldn't go too deep in here, but cool caves.
Well, here's to sending good brain waves to everyone so that there are no nightmares. Fewer nightmares all around.
Yeah.
You got fairy magic that can do that, Rune?
No, I can only cause nightmares, sorry.
Oh, dang. Well, I guess that's what I would expect from a dark fairy.
Maybe I can make a nightmare that can battle your other nightmare.
Ooh,
That
a
might work.
nightmare war?
Yeah, I went ahead and just now cast the curse on everyone here in chat and stuff, so hope it works. If not, sorry.
I'm having a nightmare where I'm barefoot in public and Cthulhu shows up. If that happens, I'll know where it came from.
You're barefoot in public, but Cthulhu is just filled. It has so many shoes on.
Like, ooh, nice boots.
Poison funguar. Huge wasp. No, thank you.
Just flying in with a bunch of canvas Oxford shoes. Some incredibly glamorous high heels.
Yeah, I've been wanting to play Outer Wilds crit. I'm pretty sure I have it on Steam or PlayStation or something like that. I just haven't gotten to it. Plague bats. We have it on PlayStation? Okay, yeah. Going deep through these caves. And through the ravines. Yeah, we got a bunch of games. Now that I'm free of excise for the most part, I want to catch up on stuff. Got a lot of board games that I've bought and haven't played yet too. That I want to get to.
Played another game of Earth with my family, and that was a lot of fun.
Nice.
ones that we've played.
That's
Oh,
cool,
we've
Kurt.
played a couple smaller games. Yeah, these flowers are great. We
Yeah.
played Soda Jerk, which is like a trick. No, it's like it's like a kind of game where they're like different regions and they're different like flavors of soda stands, and you put cards face down. Um, if it's of the same type, the points for that card type that you have left over in your hand
Mm.
goes up, and if it's a different type, it makes it go down. So everybody's laying it face down, and you have the option to lay a new card or flip a face down one up to
Huh.
see if see if you got positive or negative points, and then you want to keep extra cards of the same type of cards that you're trying to boost
This sounds
the
almost
color of.
exactly like another game called Startups. I'm wondering if it's like a just a re-theme of Startups. Do you know what the publisher is? Is it Oink Games?
It could be. I don't know.
Yeah, because the gameplay you're describing sounds exactly like Startups. It's just using like
Startups.
soda stuff instead of like goofy, Silicon Valley's style
Oh,
company
oh
names.
yeah. Uh, I'm gonna
Yeah, what
see
was
if
the
I
name
can hear.
again?
Uh,
Soda Jerk?
Soda Jerk.
Um, oh no, it's not by Oink. Interesting. That's cool though. Oh, Sai Beppu did the art. Sai Beppu is like one of my favorite board game artists. She has such a fun style. That's
Oh,
cool.
else would you got like chips and stuff.
I have not played Space Station Silicon Valley. Yeah, that the theme of Soda Jerk sounds much more appealing than the theme of Startups.
Yeah, it's great little. It's got great art to it, for sure. Um, what was the other game we played? That was fun. We're always playing Slambo. I think at some
Slam.
point, I think it would be fun to play Slambo on stream.
Don't think I've heard of that
It's
one.
a, what's that?
Don't think I've heard of that one.
It's another small game, very easy to learn, where you uh get dealt a hand of cards that have points like 1 through 8 on them, and then there's a couple special cards, but everybody will be given a hand, and you just start. It's all like sumo wrestling theme, and your goal is to just keep the number between 1 and 9 the whole time.
Oh, nice.
And if
Like
you
the
can't
sum or
play,
something?
yeah, the sum of what was just played, plus whatever your card is, plus or minus whatever your card is,
That's
and you're just
fun.
trying to keep it in that range. Um, and if you can't, you have to take a shame card, a Haji, and then yeah, first to get 3 shame cards loses. There's no winner, just a loser.
That's fun. That's a really clever uh thing. Keeping it Try to keep it between a number. Especially
Yeah,
tied to the sumo theme. That's cool.
yeah, it's pretty fun. And if everybody's able to play all their cards, another shame card stacks up. so the stakes get really high.
Alright, let me read this monument. This plateau is a land of many features, but by far the most memorable is the Crag of Hala. I call it a structure, for I have no other word. It surely is not a rock born of nature, nor does it seem to be a hall built by the gods, as the priestly scholars say. Yet there are no seams in its bone-white surface, and it is faintly warm to the touch, but through a fortunate accident I have found proof of its artificial origins. I shall head north to the land of Valdunia to verify my findings. I fear this may be the longest, most perilous journey of my life. I leave my daughter Enid to find her own path. May the gods watch over her in my stead. Gwendam Ironheart, 764, Crystal Era.
Is this Dad of Enid from OKKO?
What area are we in now? I don't know. If Stammer's here, they might know.
Let's see.
What era
What
does
year?
FFXI take place in? It says the Crystal Era. Let me see. History of
884 is when FFXI begins.
Okay.
So this is what year? This is 120 years ago.
Huh, not as long ago as I expected.
They're just in the age. This is in the age. Written in the age of technology, it looks like. So Baztok is only a couple hundred years old.
It sounds like the world has had pretty fast growth.
Yeah. So basically, like the past 200 years, there was a big, like, looks like industrial revolution kind of thing.
Yeah. It does make me wonder how old the other cities are.
Kingdom of Sandoria was somewhere around 380 and 400.
Hmm.
But it looks like a lot of these, they might have all like existed in some form, but were like, established as a kingdom or whatever at these dates.
Oop.
Just Windurst is too old.
Winters is too old, you said? As in, like, they don't know.
Yes, it's they don't know when it began.
Huh, that's cool. It's interesting that not even the people that live there would know. Especially because the Tarutaru seem like a very like studious people. Like they
Yeah.
would record everything.
Let me see if the other page on Windurst has reading one page on a wiki, so let's see here.
That could be Alex, but I would think that they would have written down like when they established this village or like some amount, whatever knowledge that they would have had passed down.
Yeah, it's just like since 10,000 years ago,
Sheesh.
Taru tribes were in Windurst, I think.
Wow.
That's what it's saying.
Yeah, totally,
was in
Azalea. The contrast is cool.
219, though. It looks that a Taru girl entered the inner Horutoto ruins and saw a vision hundreds of years for her people in the future, and shared the newfound knowledge and wisdom, and shares magic with them there.
I have some unfortunate news about my clay.
Oh no!
I'm just
Again?
gonna... Yep, again. I'm gonna just chocobo there. Oh my goodness. Oh.
We gotta do the check every time.
We really do. That one was far away too.
Yeah, it was definitely a bit of a walk.
We can
But
just chat while I chocobo there.
Yeah, we're just here chatting.
Yeah, that's my curse, Alex, is I'll like check to make sure everyone remembered their stuff, but then I'm completely forget to check if I remembered my own stuff. Yeah, sure, dinner plans. What's everyone's dinner plans?
Coconut shrimp?
Yeah, we're eating coconut shrimp and some japchae fried rice. Trader Joe's.
Haven't the slightest idea. But it won't be as nice as coconut shrimp, probably.
Alex has been craving coconut shrimp something severe for a while, but it's so expensive to order it from restaurants these days. So we just got some frozen ones.
Wow, that is expensive. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, that's LA for you.
Pull you into.
Oh yeah, sorry about that,
Deep
Creeper
thought,
Boy.
Creeper Boy. Hopefully it's not a negative thought. Yeah, glad to have you either way.
Yeah. I wish I could feed my Chocobo like a Chocobo friendly Red Bull or something to go a little faster.
One of these types of greens has got to give the Chocobo a speed boost, right?
Yeah. Tofu stir fried dish tonight for you, Azalea. Nice.
Sounds yummy too. Oops.
Alex also made some pumpkin bread muffins yesterday with some pecans and dark chocolate chips in there. So we'll probably have some of that for dessert too.
All the way down to the right kind of chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, are they dairy-free dark chocolate?
Yes.
Hey. the exact right kind of chocolate chip.
Mm-hmm. No flying mounts in this game, Crit. I mean, chocobos can, like, kind of flap in the air a little bit. That counts, right? Oh, well, there are airships, as you can see up there. That's like an actual airship that players are on right now. But, you know, that's not really mounts.
Oh, Trader's Joe does? Trader Joe's? Unfortunately, the nearest one is probably about 30 minutes away from me. Um, that is definitely good to know. Yeah, if it's in the area nearby, sometimes stop by and pick up like ube pancakes for my sibling who has celiacs.
Yeah, we've been getting those too. Yeah, those are the bagels that we have, Azalea. We got some of their gluten-free pumpkin bagels. Yeah, and the Appy Straws. Actually, we haven't seen their Appy Straws yet. We've only seen them at Aldi and Ralph's, aka Kroger. It's always weird to hear, like, people who live in different areas say the names of their grocery stores, and you're just like, what is this? This is not a real place. Like, I remember King Supers from Colorado. That doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah.
Market Basket from New Hampshire. At least that sounds like a grocery store. Publix? I've heard of Publix. Here,
what are Appy Straw?
what are Appy Straws? They're just apple straws. Like, have you ever gotten like crispy veggie straws? They're kind of like,
Oh, I see.
yeah, they're like that, but apples.
Okay. I've never had crispy vegetable straws, but I get what you're saying.
Mm. They're pretty good.
Makes sense.
They're nice dipped in like a, I don't know, like sour cream or some kind of aioli or dip or whatever.
Yeah, that does sound good.
Oh yeah, Wawa. Philly people love their Wawa. Yeah, veggie straws and aioli is yummy. There's a bunch of like weird grocery stores here in LA that, like, I don't know, there's like one or two that have reasonable prices, and all the rest, you go there and it's just like, why in the world would I buy this from here when I can get it for like $3 cheaper at this other place? They got some confusing names too. Like, there's a place called Vaughn's and a place called John's, and they're both completely different. And then there's like, gosh, I'm struggling to remember the others. I don't know. Yeah, LA has like really bougie grocery stores too. Oh man, I have a story about one of those. We were just kind of like killing time in somewhere one day, and we saw one of those bougie grocery stores. So we're like, hey, let's just go in and see what it's like in there. And the first thing we experienced is someone in a checkout lane complaining to the cashier that it smells so much like food in there.
What?
In a grocery store.
What?
And yeah. Like, I think they were also trying to like get some special deal on something where it's like, oh, come on, I come here all the time. Can't you give me a deal?
This
It's like, bro, that's not how this
grocery
works.
store smells too much like food,
Yep.
and I'm a regular, and you owe me something for that.
Yep.
The bougiest thing we got out here is a Safeway.
Safeway's Bushi?
Yeah, the Safeway, well, a Walmart was built out here, so Safeway went to the we're nicer than Walmart
Uh,
route. Um, but yeah, you can imagine um, it doesn't take much, and they didn't put that.
yeah.
They got to just enough to be noticeably nicer.
Yeah, that makes sense. I remember, I don't know if it's the same one that I remember from
Some truly bougie.
where we used to live, but I remember they opened a Starbucks in there back when Starbucks was kind of a new thing. Um, and we would every once in a while go there. I feel like having a Starbucks in your grocery store is one way to be like, hey, we're a nicer version of a grocery store.
Yeah,
Also, the sky here in the plateau is really pretty right now.
yeah, it is. I'd love to come visit sometime, Alex.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, Bandit. Yeah, LA can be, well, I won't say can be. LA is a very intense place to live, but thankfully it's like New York City is also a very intense place. I've never lived there, but I've visited, and that was enough for me to know I don't want to live there. And like LA does have that aspect of like just being really intense, but it's much easier to find places to escape to, or like, you know, when you go back home, generally you're like isolated enough that you don't have to deal with that chaos while you're just at home. Whereas in New York, it's like you can't go anywhere without it being chaos. Because like New York is very condensed, big city, and whereas LA is very big, but it's very spread out, so it's not as like concentrated.
I just get anxiety in traffic,
Yeah, you wouldn't want to drive here.
or if they're aggressive drivers, make me anxious.
Yeah, LA would be your worst nightmare.
Yeah, that's.
As would Texas.
I visited one time and I was just like, "Wha- could I even drive here? I don't know."
For like for as necessary as cars are in LA, um, it's one of the most hostile places to cars I've ever been to.
Yeesh. Yeah, the parking was, oof.
Yep,
Finding parking for anything anywhere
yep,
was a nightmare that costs $20 at least.
yep. Yeah, I so like I didn't learn to drive until I was living in New Hampshire, and you might be able to predict that New Hampshire is not quite as as busy and trafficy and
Yeah.
stuff as Los Angeles. So I never really had to think about parking in New Hampshire at all. And then when I moved to LA, it's like, wait, what do you mean? There's not a parking lot. What do you mean there's nowhere to park? It's like, oh,
Yeah.
anywhere I go, I have to think ahead and do research on parking to know what to do. Especially because I don't have the kind of money where I can just pay for whatever parking I come across. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
got to scout ahead for like, all right, where's there a grocery store where they probably won't tow my car? Or like
Yeesh.
go into Street View to look at like, all right, what are the parking rules for this residential street? Yeah.
I don't mind a 15-minute walk, but
Yeah, I don't mind the walking either.
um,
It's just the stress of
it's
finding a place to park.
yeah, but like the stress of finding a place and then needing to walk on top of it and maybe still having to pay money and
Yeah.
do the walk. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true, Azalea. It's the least walkable city, but also you end up walking a lot. Once you know the spots, it becomes manageable. But if you go anywhere new, you gotta you gotta do some scouting. I'm almost to the monument. That's monumental. Yeah, there's a cool event happening in Koreatown, but Koreatown famously has just absolutely nowhere to park. And yet every single event seems to happen there. And anytime someone's like, "Hey, we should meet up. I know this place in Koreatown." It's like, "Why are we going to Koreatown?" There's a lot of cool places there, but it's miserable to to try and get around there. All right, I got my tablet. First try.
Just like Lego Batman.
Stream trip to Koreatown. All right, heading back to Sabrina for real this time. Yeah, Creeper
For
Boy.
20 years.
Creeper Boy, if you have people that like know the area and are doing the driving and whatnot for you, you don't have to worry about anything. It's just if you have to do the driving and navigating yourself, it can be stressful. I have had a Spacey in my car. I've also had a fairy in my car other than myself. A fairy that likes to crash pedals. I've also had paper in my car, and I'm not talking about the receipts that I forgot to throw away. Yeah, it's fun to meet online friends. I don't have many, like, real life friends that live out here. Like, I do have some, one of which is, like, a really long time friend since college, and we work together a lot and stuff, but, um, we don't really see each other much anymore. Alex was an online friend before I met her. We met at Magfest.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. There was a words. A mutual friend would do an online weekly like chiptune music show back
Ooh,
in
cool.
like the early 2010s, 20 teens. And it would be like a little, it was on a website called Mixify, I believe, and it'd have like a little virtual stage with people's avatars when they join, and there's a chat room. And that's where
Oh, that's
Alex and
really
I first encountered each other. And then the guy who ran that show also had a video game remix music label called Game Chops, and I wound up releasing some music through them, and that brought me to like Magfest and stuff. And Alex kind of like followed that community slash me through there, and she did some art for some of my early Game Chops releases, and so we eventually met at Magfest, and yeah.
Oh, and then you got smooth by commissioning art, huh?
All right, turn my thing in. I've already done
It's a
Pasha.
lovely story.
Yeah, it's for a Cave Story remix that I did. Let me find it. Here it is. Before that, I put out a Sonic 06 remix on Game Chops, and I also put out like my own. I did a remix of Gustaberg from from this game, Final Fantasy 11. It's a very silly one though. But yeah, Cave Story was the first remix that was like my own single release on the label.
With the classic.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic piece of art.
Oh yeah, my avatar back then was like a skull DJ.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's why the character looks like that on the art. The skull DJ comes from my first final project game that I made in college with a friend of mine. I did all the art for the enemies, and I made a skeleton enemy that I took the skull from for the skull DJ. But the reason it's a DJ is because when it walked, it kind of looked like it was like scratching turntables. So I just put headphones on it, and that's where that avatar came from.
Nice. Wow. A lot of really positive comments on this one.
Yeah, that one. Game Chops is a pretty decently big label. I think they mostly just do like lo-fi stuff now, but it used to be a wider variety of electronic stuff. A little bit more like DJ oriented. It was fun. And I think that label, some of the bigger like YouTubes or like YouTubers and streamers use Game Chops music in their playlists. Like I think gosh, I don't know if this name she still goes by, but Dodger. I think she has another name, I can't remember, but I've seen some of my remixes on some of her playlists. But yeah, stuff like that, so
That's cool.
yeah. Okay. How are we feeling in terms of continuing with the lore, the monuments?
I'm good to go get more if we want.
One more? Alright. Getting beepy? Alright. Getting bumpy? Alright, everyone got their clay?
Yes.
I do too. Alright, I need to rest. We're gonna be going to Tarongi Canyon. Let's see.
That's just an outpost orb, right?
No. What we might want to do is get a chocobo from Windy.
Oh, okay. Well, that's even easier. I'll go warp back from...
Actually, yeah, I could do that too. Follow you to the Dunes outpost and then warp back to Windy from there. Forgot about
Oh
that.
yeah, that'll be the fastest way because you won't have to walk through Saruta.
Yeah. No sooty booty today. Well, we will have to chocobo through it. So you'll still get your booty, don't worry.
We'll still yeah. We'll still get the one of the most tunes that feel like home.
Yes.
Yay, booty.
My favorite tune is The Whistling Winds of the Dunes.
Nothing quite beats it. This is the sound of, hey, there's a high likelihood you're gonna die here, probably a lot.
No one knows what they're doing yet. Oh, Whooper's home back when we used to play was not Bastok. Famously.
Yeah.
I believe you chose Windurst, right?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And I couldn't play with everybody. Didn't realize that would be the case. So, and I thought I'd be okay because I could just take the airship, but it turns out you don't get the airship till much later. So I, as a tiny little, like, I think level 11 uh, character, went and on foot crossed uh, before I could even get a chocobo, on foot crossed all the way to Juneau, and then from Juneau all the way down to Baztok.
Yep.
And it took ages, and I remember dying in forgot the name, the dinosaur zone.
Sarma Champagne or something like that.
Yeah. And then
So close.
getting rezzed by somebody who ran by on a chocobo, hopped off to res me and was like, "What in the world are you doing out here?" It was like, I'll walk you the rest of the way." Which was very kind, very helpful, and they spent quite a lot of time walking me to Baztok.
This is peak MMO stories here.
Yes, yes it is. They're like, I will spend the next 40 minutes of my life just getting you there. Set my home point in Baztok. And I was good to go.
Yep.
Yeah, that's kind of what I think this moment probably influenced me in how I played Guild Wars.
Mm.
I decided I want to make money by basically doing the same thing, chaperoning people through high level areas when they're too low level,
That's nice.
uh, to make the running builds. And I'd take anybody who, if they said they didn't have enough money, doesn't matter, they can join the party for cheaper. And I'd go run them.
That's cool.
Had to pay that one forward.
Yep.
Also, it was just so much more fun than like doing the same thing over and over to get money. Because there's so many different areas. I'd like run from, I do like long runs too,
Yeah.
through large portions of the game.
Azalea, you said one time you spent a whole day showing new people around. Are you talking about here in Final Fantasy XI? Oh, gotcha. I still gotta look into that game a little more.
Which one was that one? Sounds very familiar. Oh yeah. Okay, I made it.
Do you think there would be private servers for older versions, Azalea? Might still be good. Don't know what's been going on with it. The tunes. The Saruti Booty. It was really fun when the three of us first started playing this and we did our big walk by foot to Juneau for the first time.
Yeah.
Exciting journey.
Yeah, it's such a... Yeah. It's so, like, high... Like, so tense, too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, high stakes. It really gives a sense of, like, oh, I'm really adventuring far beyond, my limits.
Yep.
Because there are a few other games I feel like you actually, it would actually be advantageous for you at any point to enter areas that are too high level for you.
Yeah.
So it doesn't feel like it's nearly as common to get yourself in so deep into danger.
Yeah, and even in this game, even when you're going somewhere that is your level, quote unquote, means something pretty different in this than in other MMOs. Because yeah, your level means like you actually have a chance to beat the enemy, but if you're alone, you're probably still going to get destroyed.
Yeah. right out of the gate, if you don't check the monster and you attack that level 5 rabbit, you can just die.
Yeah. Yeah, so like even when you're, meeting up with the party or whatever, the you'll still be hugely in danger.
Yeah. There's something very fun about that.
And I do like that the places that you go to level up are kind of like out. You have to like go out a ways. It's not like you just pop right out of a village and that's it. And it's like really easy to run
Yeah.
back to safety. And in general, I really like the EXP camp style of partying in this game.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Hardest boss for this game is the launcher. I've heard of people struggling with the retail version for some reason. For Horizon, though, the private server we're on, it was very easy. Well, there were some hiccups, but it was easy enough to solve. I've certainly had way more issues just getting an account set up for Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah, I ended up when I went to play 14, I ended up making just a new account, making off a new email
Yep.
to do the free trial. Just something weird between before they had all of the like unified accounts between games,
Yeah.
like getting transferred over.
I remember some issue where I like forgot some special code that would let me get in, and I wasn't even able to contact support without being logged in. But it's like I can't log in because I don't have my code. And then when I got there, they're like, "Oh, we can't really do anything." It's like, okay, I guess I'll start over or something. I don't remember. It was all very confusing.
Oh, this way, Rin.
Oop, where'd you go? Oh, okay.
Where are we headed again?
Well, first we just got to get out of this bottom area, and then I can lead the way from there.
Wait, did I do it wrong? I think I
I...
just called you back from the correct direction. I'm a fool.
It's okay. There's multiple ways to go through.
I thought I knew.
I'm committed to this path now. Yeah, same as Zelia. I don't think I would ever pay for a sub for a game again.
Yeah.
Yeah, gosh, I have a couple of people I follow that like an entire side hobby of theirs is just taking photos in the game of characters that they've like really hyper customized and stuff. It's like, dang, I didn't even know this was a thing.
Yeah, there's quite a lot to it.
Never noticed how loaded these trees were.
I guess that's one way to put it.
Loaded with bees. You wish instead of cars we all just rode chocobos? Yeah. Whoop,
Yeah,
my
it's really
phone.
disappointing that ostriches aren't rideable.
Yeah.
Been pretty cool.
Yeah, that show's super gay.
Which show's that?
Summer Hikaru died.
Ah,
Oh, it's also a manga. It was manga first, but we're watching the anime adaptation that's currently airing. Do Stone monument should be inside a cave somewhere. Here's a cave. Don't want to accidentally zone. Ah, here it is. Alright, I'm not gonna forget to trade my clay to the tablet. In fact, I'm gonna do it before I even read it. Everyone else got their tablet?
alright, I got it.
Crisis averted. Got it? Alright. Here's what it says. My survey has run into difficulty here in Tarangi Canyon. I've had to deal with irregular land, harsh climb, monsters, and worst of all, fever. I thought myself prepared before I ventured into Mindartia, but that did not spare me the fever. Even white magic did nothing. With faltering steps, I sought shelter from the sun, but there was little shade in sight. Then it appeared before me, the sun-bleached skeleton of an ancient worm. I approached and found this cave. I soon discovered that the water from a nearby cactus helped reduce my fever. As I recovered, I decided to name my saviors. In memory of my old friends, Gilbo, Madge, and Nabil, victims of a heat wave that struck in the midst of a brotherly quarrel. This is written by Enid Ironheart, 774 Crystal Era. So that is the daughter of Gwenem Ironheart. So I mentioned this previously when we first started doing this quest last stream, but the lore with this is that as the previous monument alluded to, Gwenem went to a region called the Valduna region, which I believe is where Zarkabard is, which is the one that's like snowy. It's got demons and like a big demon castle. He went up there to try and map that area out, and he was never seen again after he entered there. Um, and so, yeah, his daughter picked up his work with mapping things out. And this is the first tablet of hers that we've seen. Gilbo Gaggins. To name my discovered the water reduced my fever. As I recovered, I decided to name my saviors. In memory of my old friends Gilbo, Madge and Neville. I'm trying to understand what that means. Like, is she just saying that, like, she decided to carve in, to, like, include the names um, of those people, of those friends that are her saviors? Or, like, what is she talking about? Is she naming a cactus for being her savior? Is she naming the skeleton for being her savior, for leading her to the cave? The Gilbo cactus.
Yeah, maybe that's like plant names.
Maybe.
Name of the cactus.
Because the map doesn't show, doesn't like
Maybe she
name anything.
just named that particular cactus in memory of.
Yeah, maybe. Okay.
And it has 3 pet cactuars named Gilbo, Madge, and Neville.
Yes. Alright, we'll go back to Sabina to turn it in and wrap up.
That's 7074. Is that 10 years after the last one?
Let me check. Yes, it is 10 years after.
So 10 years later, carried on the work.
Mm-hmm. It's nice that the quest rewards have been enough to cover the cost of the warps and
Yeah,
then some. If only you could get some conquest points instead, though.
that's alright.
Oh, Alex, one of the Galka back there had an outfit that reminded you of Quinoa from Final Fantasy 9. Yeah, I can see it. Twink Sticks, Twink Bucks. Someone here named Hot Tacos. Yeah, we finally restocked in tortillas. Can make tacos again. It's so easy to use lots of eggs. Run out of them really fast. Here's your clay tablet.
I asked my sibling what the other game was that we played. It was a card game called Vivo, where it's like a trick-taking game, but each round you'll flip over a card that says solo, duet, or trio, and that'll be how many suits must be played uh, in order for your card to score. So instead of the suits always being the same one and the lead suit winning every time, depending on what it is, you have a choice of different suits.
Nice. I just looked it up. It's more art by Saibepu. That's cool.
Yeah. It was from those two games came together,
Oh, okay.
or were ordered from the same place by my little brother.
I see. Oh, okay. It's from the same publisher, Allplay. I know they often do Kickstarters that have multiple games in one, so that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nice. Got a little singing dog on the cover. Hey,
Yeah,
Edge.
all of the characters are very cute. I mean, I guess there's only 4 of them, but they're very cute.
Yeah. Yeah, wrapping up now. You all traded in your clay and got new clay.
Got the new clay.
All right. Well, we have 4 more easy ones to do, and then after that are 2 hard ones. One of the hard ones we can do with just the 3 of us. The other one we will require a 4th person, I believe. But yeah. That can be for the future.
Jeez.
What's up?
I was just gonna say it's fun getting all the lore.
Yeah. Nice little thing to do while we just chat.
Yeah.
I might stream this coming week. I'm not positive because Alex has some dentist work and just not sure what the availability of stuff will be. But yeah. If not something during the week, probably more of this next weekend. Depending on everyone's availability. Can figure that out later. But yeah. I'm gonna log out of this real quick.